Gargoyles episode 11. This episode is a fantastic episode and one of the lesser talked about episodes of the first season of the show, but it is really good. Basically, the plot of this one is that it's a pretty simple episode. Demona and Goliath and Hudson kind of get into a battle, and Demona wounds Goliath, and now Hudson must take care of Goliath until morning, because they turned to stone. So, pretty straightforward episode. But what this episode does a really good job of is feeling like a week, in these characters' lives. It's said that a lot of the, I forget what quote where I heard this. Is a quote that I think a lot about with fiction. That the best fictional universes are the ones that live before and after the screen. So, like, in the first episode of Stranger Things, the characters have lots of dialogue talking about experiences they had before the show even started. And it feels natural. Lord of the Rings is a world that feels like that. And so, Star Wars is like that. And this is another great example of that. It feels like these characters just kind of go on these week-to-week adventures, even when you're not watching, which is, something I always enjoy. I like that also that the writing of this episode is just really poignant, of just kind of showing you Hudson's role in the team of Gargoyles in the clan. Because you might, up until this point, just think he's a worthless character, in the sense that most of the episodes he's been in, he doesn't really do anything but worry and stay at the castle. And, sorry, I'm tired. He watches television a lot, right? And so he's this older guy, and you're just kind of like, what's his role in the team? But this episode shows you he can be a badass, but there is still a point to why he is no longer the leader of the Gargoyles, and you get to understand that he gave up that role and is a wise mentor figure and badass warrior when he needs to be, which just makes this episode is kind of one of the reasons that Hudson is one of my favorite characters. I also just think his design's great. I still wish we got further exploration of this character, like maybe got to understand where his scar came from, things like that. But you definitely always knew deep down that Hudson was a mighty fucking warrior, and this episode makes no shame of showing that.